this is silly, but this is good. I am on 9 losses in a row. It is August 25th. The last time I won a trade was in July, and I haven't won since. And it's been pretty brutal, losing trade after trade after trade. 9 trades in a row is reaching the point where it's like impressive. Like the odds are so unfavorable for me to lose. I have a flat 1-2 RR, and losing 9 in a row is like, what the heck? So I wanted to come record one of these. I've actually recorded quite a few of these over time, starting back to 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago now, I've been recording these. I just have never shared them. Just kind of like monthly, bi-monthly vlogs. I have made them at my highs and I made them at my lows, documenting the whole journey. And I figured I'd go ahead and share one of them. It's Monday, August 25th today. I just lost another trade. And it's really hard. It's really, really hard. I'm at the point where I've gotten good at overcoming tilt, per se. I don't find myself entering out of FOMO or closing early or entering early. I've gotten good at my concrete rules, pretty much because I've just lost enough disobeying my own rules that I don't want to do that anymore. I've gotten good about that, better at least. But I keep losing, like over and over. And the losing's hard, for sure. Like that's a challenge to lose a trade mentally. But the hardest part for me right now is not knowing what's wrong. Nine trades in a row is so unlikely and so improbable. I don't know necessarily what the issue is. I backtest, I hindsight, I study the technicals, and I know the strategy. And even if you had a flawed strategy, losing 9 times with a 1-2 is hard to do statistically. Like that's just not likely. But I've done it. And that gets me to now. And this is a low point. I just posted recently a bunch of studying I finished, and I got a lot of replies that brought me a weird perspective that's really made me feel confused more than anything. In most endeavors of entrepreneurship, the answer is to work harder, to do more, to spend more time, to invest more mental capital. After sharing some of the work I've done, I got a lot of people saying, like, what are you doing? That's a waste of time. Like, you're overcomplicating it, you're making it too complex. Which doesn't make sense. I've got profitable traders telling me they've never done this much work ever, and I'm not profitable. The 2 things that have stuck out the most have been less is more and smarter, not harder. And I don't know what that looks like. I invest a lot of time consistently. I would say I'm pretty disciplined with how I spend my time. As I'm sitting on a hill in the sunset. Yeah, it sure looks like I'm disciplined, doesn't it? Nah, I do spend a lot of time. And that's another battle, is like, am I not spending enough? Is the hard work I think I'm doing not actually hard enough? That's a debate I had with some people the other day, is the hardest work you've ever done is the hardest work you've ever done. It's relative to the hardest you've ever worked. And is that enough to get to where you want to be? I can say I've worked hard, but that's relative to me. Is that actually hard? But people say that they've worked less hard, and here they are, consistent payouts. It's a challenge, and I'm stuck now where I don't know what to do. I could recite to you perfectly the strategy and what I look for, what I'm aiming for, the signatures of the entry, and it's just not playing out. It could be an edge thing, but how could it be an edge thing if people who use the same edge win nearly daily? That doesn't make sense. I must be doing something wrong. I must need to work harder, but people don't work as hard as me and they make more. I've invested so much time and made so many sacrifices that it's beyond the point that I would ever give up. I mean, 2 years of what I would consider to be hard work for myself. I mean, I've swam so deep, I'm not turning around until I make it. I am going to succeed. There's no question. There is no give up anymore. To give up would be to call this a waste, and there's no way I'm doing that. It's weird, and it's a challenge. And the next steps are unclear. I went from getting a payout last month to not winning a single trade this month. And sometimes you can find yourself in this mental rut of, I'm gonna lose using this edge to prove that it doesn't work. And you're gonna prove them wrong about their good methods to say that they're actually not good methods. I want to win. I actually want to win. This isn't me saying, oh, there's no way I could lose the ninth, and then trying to prove people wrong and lose the ninth. I want to win the ninth. I want to get out. I want to make it. This isn't some game of, let me prove them wrong of what the worst case scenario. No, I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying. I'm working very hard. It's difficult. This is a weird emotional spot. I can't say I've been at this one in particular before. Because sometimes I'll hit the lows and I'll be like, well, shoot, this just feels horrible, and I'll feel unhappy or whatever. But since I have reached a checkpoint of, okay, I can get a funded and I can get paid, this is a higher low. It's an uptrend now. I hope. I think. Yeah, I don't know what the next steps are. But I know they include me continuing to work and to try and to push. I have some interesting circumstances now where my trading environment is a little more difficult. It's a little more high stress, you could say. And there may be days here and there where I just can't be focused as much as I'd like to be. So I will have to essentially skip the day rather than take a crappy trade. But I'm not stopping. That's not an option anymore. The option is only one, and it's to figure this out. I've been in jobs before, in office jobs, and when you go there and you see the old guys working in their offices with this permanent frown engraved on their face, the unhappiness, just this constant state of, I can't wait till I'm out of here. What a miserable life. I mean, these are guys in their 40s and 50s with gray hair who've been at the same place for 30 years. Their dreams died a long time ago. And you see the result of it. Counting the days to retirement. They all just seem miserable. Yeah, giving up is no longer an option. Maybe it would have been a month or two in, but spent too much time. And now the hardest part for me personally is what's next. Do I put in less effort? That doesn't make sense. How could less be more? I only take 2 to 3 trades a week, 4 max. I already do what I would say is less. It's hard. I'm really grateful for everyone who's been so supportive. I read everyone's reply. If I don't respond, I'm sorry. There's a lot. I'm really busy right now. Outside of trading in the gym, I've got a lot of stuff going on with work. But I see it all, and I read it all, and I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be on a journey like this where I can say I'm struggling, because if I'm struggling, I know I'm growing. If it was easy, there wouldn't be a reward, and there wouldn't be growth. These videos are more for myself than anything, because in a month's time, 6 months, a year, 2 years, I look back at them and I reflect and I watch my thought process. I watch my emotions and how I was thinking, how I was feeling, and I capture these moments because they're fleeting. I remember when I got the payout, one of the first things I did was go back and watch my lowest low in trading. I was really close to quitting. Really close. Not anymore. And I won't. So that's where I'm at right now. If you didn't enjoy this, I hope you enjoyed the sunset. So it's hard. It's very hard. If you're struggling, you're not alone. The posts I make, the journey I'm sharing, this isn't some big story, staged, planned, scripted thing. No, I'm losing a lot, and it's real, and I don't like it. I would much rather be winning and making money. So this is hard. But there's only one option. Keep swimming. Keep swimming. It's cliche, but I've grown to really love it. Because the waters get murky, and sometimes you get lost, and you don't know where to go. But you don't just stop. If you stop, you end up like the 50 and 60-year-old gray-haired men with permanent frown lines. Is that a happy life? I'm not after the Porsche, but I am after being able to provide. And I want to get there in a comfortable manner and be able to provide without a sweat, without a debt, without a big mortgage, car payments, credit card debt. There's a way out. I see people doing it, people who claim to be much dumber than me and do less work than me, and that leaves me confused because I don't know what's next or what I should do next. But I'm gonna do something. Tonight I'm gonna go home and I have some intuition testing planned. I'm gonna go home and mark out targets and watch out candles play and see if I can build the intuition factor of, okay, I have all the mechanics down mastered. Great. Let me just watch some candles play out in front of me. Let me see if I can just build my ideas for where price is headed. I can mark out a good fair value gap. But I think what might be the issue is my ability to read price and know where it's headed. So that's the next thing I'm attacking. No more hindsight testing or back testing, at least for a little bit. I just want to consistently do sessions of identifying the next target. Where are we headed next? Trading's hard. It's really hard. But doesn't that make it kind of fun? this has been a nice little vlog. Probably shouldn't show that. Oh well. So, the journey continues, and we keep swimming. Keep on swimming.